Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something that most of us are curious about. Why do airplanes crash? Now we know airplanes crashes are rare, but it's something that can be a little scary when you think about it. But don't worry, we're going to break it down for you and explain it in simple words so that you can understand what happens when things go wrong. Before we get into the reasons why airplanes crash, let's start with the good news. Airplanes are actually one of the safest form of travels. In fact, flying is about 10 times safer than driving. Most flights land safely, and the chances of a plane crashing are extremely low. But just like any other complex machine, things can sometimes go wrong. So what causes these rare accidents? Let's first look at the airplane itself. A typical airplane is made up of many parts, like the engine, wings, fuselage, that's the body of the plane, and the cockpit. The pilots, crew, and air traffic controllers work together to make sure everything's running smoothly. Airplanes have multiple backups for almost everything, from the engines to navigation systems, so even if something fails, there's always a backup to keep the plane safe. Now, let's get into why crashes happen. One of the most common causes of accidents is human error. This could be anything from a mistake made by the pilot, co-pilot, or even the air traffic controller. Pilots are highly trained, but sometimes they make mistakes, just like anyone else. These errors can happen during takeoff, landing, or when flying in bad weather. Another reason can be mechanical failure. Airplanes are full of complex systems, and sometimes a part might fail unexpectedly. This could be anything from an engine failure to issues with the plane's electronic system. However, airplanes are designed with so many backup systems that mechanical failures alone are rarely enough to cause a crash. Weather plays a big role too. Things like thunderstorms, high winds, or icy conditions can affect the plane's performance. Pilots are trained to handle these conditions, but extreme weather can sometimes surprise them. That's why pilots and air traffic controllers keep a close eye on weather during every flight. Another surprising reason for crashes could be bird strikes. Sometimes birds can collide with planes during takeoff or landing. It might sound like a rare event, but bird strikes do happen and can cause damage, especially to the engine. Finally, runway issues can also be a factor if a plane is taking off or landing and there's a problem with the runway, like a slippery surface or obstacle. It could lead to an accident. This is why airports take great care in maintaining runways to ensure they're safe. Even though airplane accidents are rare, the aviation industry works hard to make flying even safer. After every incident, investigators dive into what happened and look for ways to improve. Many of the safety systems we take for granted today, like automatic navigation and enhanced cockpit technology, came from lessons learned after past accidents. Newer planes come equipped with technology like better autopilot systems, collision avoidance systems, and real-time data monitoring. This helps pilots detect a problem issue before they become serious problems. Pilots today go through intensive training and simulations. They practice in flight simulators that replicate dangerous situations, so they're ready for anything that might come up during a flight. They're trained to stay calm and make smart decisions under pressure. If there's ever a crash, there's a thorough investigation to understand what went wrong. This is done by Aviation Safety Board, like the NTSB, National Transportation Safety Board in the United States. They examine the wreckage, analyze flight data, and interview everyone involved. This helps improve safety standards and make sure accidents are less likely in the future. So while airplane crashes are tragic and highly publicized, it's important to remember that flying is incredibly safe. The aviation industry constantly works to make air travel better, with improvements in technology, pilot training, and safety regulations. Every time something goes wrong, it's studied so we can all fly a little safer next time. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about aviation or any other interesting topics, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions or thoughts,